So to start out, let's begin with Mirabel's skin and also her hair. So let's start out first with a few different versions of brown we're going to use. For Mirabel's hair, though, we will use a dark brown. So find any brown that you might have that is a darker shade, and we will use that here to start out with Mirabel's hair. And if you see here, I look closely, I am going to use this marker to sort of edge it out first, okay? Because we want to make sure we stay within the lines of Mirabel's hair. And we can also get this really nice hair here at the top that's sort of just hanging out all by itself, and then go around. Let's finish shaping out all of Mirabel's hair. As you can see, she has really nice long curly hair. So what we can do is just make sure we capture all of that, and we want to go all the way around, and then we'll come back in and color it all in one shot, all at the same time, nice and easy. And again, if you only have in your marker box or crayon box or your colored pencils, anything you're using, one particular brown, feel free to use maybe black on the hair, and then you can save some of the more brown colors for the skin or for the eyes, because we want to make the eyes a little bit of a different color if you have it. Again, work within the items that you have and don't worry about anything else. You can just work with what you have. So again, I'm just taking my time to outline it because I want to make it easier for myself. We want to try to make coloring and art as easy as we can. We want to enjoy it and not be disappointed at the end with something that doesn't look so neat. So all around here, you see there's a lot of curls and wavy lines, but now that we've outlined her hair, what we can go ahead and do now is just color this in. This is the easy part, right? You've outlined it, you go back and you just color it all in. And you're taking your time, making sure that what you're coloring in is the hair. And again, we're using a dark brown color. So if you have a couple options on brown, try to go with the darkest shade. Pick the darkest shade that you have, and then you can just start to see it come together once you put other colors on the page. That's what's beautiful about art and coloring. Once you start with one color, you have to see it with other colors beside it to really get the full picture. And with Mirabel and the Encanto movies, as you know, there's tons and tons of wonderful colors. So that's what we want to try to get here. And if you stay to the very end, I want to show you a few things that I would like to do to the page to also add to our picture here. Since Mirabel's sort of alone, I want to add a few butterflies at the end. So let's do that together. Okay, so very nice start. So we have Mirabel's hair colored in, and we also are going to use the same color for her eyebrows. So you see Mirabel's eyebrows above her glasses. Let's go in there, and it's a little smaller, so just take your time and go in there and color that in. Very nice. Okay, so we started out by coloring in Mirabel's hair and eyebrows the same color. Next color we're going to use is something that's a lighter brown. So we're just going to use this on one thing, is both of Mirabel's eyes. So we want to try to give her a little bit of a different color for her eyes. So here, we're just going to go in really close. And I want to try to leave a little bit of white. So right here where you see the opening on her eye, I want to try to leave that. And so what we'll do is just kind of go in here. And when you get close to that area, just don't get too close. Just kind of round it out. Follow that round line, and then you can just finish the rest. And what'll happen is you'll leave a little white spot. You see that little white spot? That's what you'll leave. And that's what we're looking for, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Again, you don't have to do that. If you feel like kind of coloring in the entire thing, that works too. But if you can take your time and go in there a little carefully, what you'll get at the end is sort of these two little white dots, and that makes it look a little more realistic for the eye. So great job. Our next color up will be for Mirabel's skin. So let's use a light tan is the color that I have here. But again, anything close to a light brown, a light tan would work just great. So we can start out by coloring in Mirabel's feet. So let's start here. You see she's wearing some nice sandals. So we'll just be careful about coloring in the parts that are actually her feet here, the skin, okay? And we just kind of go up and down, and feel free to edge this out as well. You can see how it's all coming together really nicely. And there's some nice crisscross patterns if you've noticed and seen the movies for Mirabel's sandals. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite part of the movie? Who's your favorite character in the Encanto movie? Do you have a favorite song? Do you have a favorite song in the movie? That would be good to know. Let me know in the comments. And if you have a favorite character, leave me a comment with who that character is. And then what we can do is maybe work it into the channel in the future. You think that'll be a good idea? So here we go. We're going to do her second leg here. And these areas are a little bit more challenging just because they're smaller. But if you take your time, if you have a sharp marker, colored pencil, a sharpened crayon, it should work just the same for you. So it shouldn't be too difficult. You see, right in here. Okay, so now that we have Mirabel's feet completed, let's move up to her arm. So we're just going to continue to follow along. And what you're starting to see is when you have this sort of a light tan color, light brown color, whatever you have available, and you start to see it close up with the dark brown that we used on her hair, you start to see how these colors start to work well together. And that's why when you pick the right colors that are somewhat close, it really brings that picture to life. So when you try to plan ahead and follow along with the right colors, it'll give you a great product at the end. And you'll be really happy. Okay, so these are her fingers. Very nice. Okay. This is the top of her ear. This is actually her earring, so we'll leave that for the end. We'll color it with a different color. This is the second ear over here. Very nice. Now let's go in and finish the arm, and then we'll go and color her face. All right, so now we have our arm is finished. We can kind of go back and just make sure we're getting a nice even. If you're using markers, you want to make sure you're getting a nice even color with it. So you don't be afraid to go back and just sort of give it one more pass through if you need it. Very nice. Now let's get back in and start on Mirabel's face. So the nice thing about Mirabel's face is it's a nice easy shape, but you do have a really nice big smile, and you have these beautiful glasses. You see these beautiful glasses? So the glasses will create a little bit of a small space. So you just got to take your time to get in there. And even on top of the glasses right here, her eyes, you want to try to get in there nice and carefully. And if you edge it out and take your time, it's going to come out wonderful. So just a couple of tips there. And as you go, I am sort of edging it out if you notice that. So if you kind of do that as a best practice, it's going to make your coloring that much nicer. So take a look at this little area here. Don't forget that. Excellent. You're doing a wonderful job. And once we're done here with Mirabel's skin, you're going to start to see a lot more color on the page, because we are going to move into some more exciting parts of her outfit. So let's just get her skin finished first, and her hair, and then it's all going to come together very nicely. Very good, very good. So now we're finishing out her face, and again, as you see the light tan or light brown beside the darker brown, it really makes a lot of sense, and it looks more like the colors we're used to seeing from the movie. So very, very, very nice job. All right, so from here, we are going to go ahead and finish out the neck and the final arm. So we're almost there. And we can start to plan out where we want to go next. All right. Excellent. All right, very nice. So we have her face, her first arm, and now we're moving on to the last piece. And in this position, it looks like she's just so relaxed, right? It looks like Mirabel's just hanging out, having a great time, enjoying a beautiful day. Maybe some music, because the music in the movie is fantastic. Let's see. So finishing out the arm. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay. So now that we finished out Mirabel's skin, let's move on to some of the aspects of her wonderful dress. Now that we finished the second arm, I did forget one spot actually. So if you did catch that, thank you for reminding me. I wanted to just finish out the other eye for Mirabel. So let's just do that really quickly. And then we can get started on Mirabel's beautiful dress. So to start out with Mirabel's dress, let's begin by picking a light green color. So anything in the light green family would be great. And we're going to use this light green on a few different areas, okay? Let's start out with Mirabel's famous glasses. So as you know, those are a light green color. So let's go right in there and color those in first before we move on to some of the parts of her dress. Again, these glasses are very, very thin. So you just can go in as carefully as possible and just take your time. Just follow that circle shape and we can just go right around. Great, great job. So now that we have the glasses colored in green, let's use some of these butterflies to make them partly green as well. So the middle of each of these butterflies will make green as well. So use the same color and really quickly just put a little green line in there. See that? We're just going to go around with a green line. That starts to lively up the dress. And it's only the beginning. As you know, we have a lot of wonderful colors here. So with that green finished, we can go ahead and grab a pink color. So any pink that you might have, whether it's a bright pink, light pink, but I do prefer a brighter pink just to make the colors stand out just a little more. So you can use that pink, and let's finish those butterflies that we have on the dress. So both sides will get the pink color. Okay. And you can just take your time coloring in these beautiful butterflies. And like I said at the very end, if you hang out with me, we can add some more butterflies together at the very end of the coloring page, just so Mirabel isn't so lonely hanging out on this beautiful day. So what we could do is just go ahead and color these all in. Take your time because they are very small butterflies, as you can see on that coloring page. Again, you can download this page and the links in the description if you want to hang out and do this page together with me. So we'll go through one by one and we are almost done with the butterflies. There's a few more spots for this pink, so let's not put it away just yet. We're going to go and use it actually now on Mirabel's lips. So this is another area that's a little bit small. So I'm going to go with a tinier end here, and we could use this same pink to go in and make sure that we are getting a nice lip color for Mirabel. As you can see, getting it nice and close. Very nice. And now let's get the bottom lip. Excellent. Beautiful. You're all doing a great job. So I'm going to go across a little bit just so it's easier for my hand. Very nice. The lipstick really helps to bring the face to life as well in this particular picture. Great job. So now we will use our pink towards the bottom here. So there's a lot more pink that we can use towards the bottom of Mirabel's dress. So these little bells right here, they look like bells that are part of her dress. Here, these little pieces here. We can use the pink on each of them. There's a few that are kind of flowing on the bottom of her dress. Very nice. Excellent. So I think I counted 4, 1, 2, 3, and about 4 of them. And then her shoes. So let's also make Mirabel's shoes the same color. So what's nice about this is we're using the same color multiple times. So that way we're sort of reducing the number of colors, even though total of 11 colors is a good amount. However, you can reuse colors wherever you want. You can change the colors wherever you want. So get creative. So let's make the bottom of her shoe here pink as well. And then once we finish out with this shoe, we'll finish out the last shoe, which is underneath here. You see that? So let's do this as well in pink. Excellent. And then we will move on to our next color for the dress. So our next color will be a bright purple. So if you have anything like a bright purple, let's try to go with that one. This particular color name is violet. So let's try to go with any color that matches that idea. And we can use it on both of Mirabel's earrings. So back up here, you can see by her hand on the left side is earring number 1. And then we can go here and get earring number 2, which is the color of her earrings in the movie. So we can go ahead and do that. And then let's slide to the bottom. And here what we'll use is this same purple for the bottom of her dress. So it's going to be a part of the bottom of her dress that we'll use it for. And there's many layers and different colors on the dress. So we want to try to capture as many of them as we can on this coloring page together. So when we do that, we can make sure that we're really bringing to life a lot of the different colors that we see in this colorful movie, Encanto. So here and here, we're going to keep going around. So just follow along where you see this part of her dress. It kind of folds under because she's sitting down, but you can just still follow along the same pattern. And when you see that part, just color it in with this same purple. Very nice. Excellent. So once we are finished here, we'll move on to another exciting color. Very nice. We could finish this off here like this. Beautiful. So that purple really pops off the page. So we're going to continue now, and let's use a light green. Okay, the name of this color is True Green, but any light green that you have will work. And we're going to start coloring in kind of the top part of her dress towards the bottom. So as you know, she has a nice, long, beautiful dress. The top part is mostly white. So what we'll do is add most of the color here towards the very bottom. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of mix up these colors as we go to really bring out Mirabel's colorful dress at the bottom. So we'll keep going. And we are done there. So basically this top piece is what we want to use for a lighter green. Okay. And then we can go ahead and use this little spot here as well. Same thing. Very nice. And what we're going to do is go ahead and use another color now, which is going to be the next color down. Okay. So this color will be a light aqua. So this light aqua color will be sort of in the light blue family. If you have that, let's use it. And what we'll do with this color is color in kind of this next layer for Mirabel's dress. And what you're going to start to see as I put this color on the page and as you put it on the page is it's a whole nother layer for her dress. And you start to see it sort of fade into different colors as you see in the movie. So we can just try as best as we can to get that same effect by mixing in a couple of different colors that are in the same family. So you start to see that. So stay within the confines of this second layer. So we're just going to go across here and do that. Similar. Very nice. Okay. And we're going to go up and down. Let me just edge this out very similarly. Now with these colors on Mirabel's dress, it's starting to go in a really colorful direction. You see that? Yeah, so we can just make sure we get as much color on the page as possible. And take your time. Take your time with it. There's no rush. You want to make sure we're going to come out with a beautiful page at the end. Okay, great job. So now we have the second part of Mirabel's dress. And as we go lower on her dress, the colors get darker, a little darker, but still in the same family. Okay, so with this particular one, what we'll do is we'll do that, and we're going to make this color more of like a darker aqua color. So this was a light aqua color. We're going to go a little bit darker and use that on these borders here. Okay, that the little lining, but we'll also use it on the last piece here. So I'll show you what I mean. So you can take that. Let's start right over here. And you start to see another little mix here of colors, right? We're doing different layers almost because her dress is so colorful and it has a lot of wonderful colors throughout, but it's not all one color. So that's what we're trying to capture here. It's a mix of beautiful colors. So here we're going to color in this entire piece with this color. Okay, and then we're going to skip to the bottom in a little bit and then color in just a little part. So let's just get this part first and then we'll go there. So I know there's a good amount of steps, but with Mirabel's colorful outfit, we want to just make sure we're capturing all the colors. Some of the other characters we color on the channel don't have quite as many colors, but Mirabel has a lot of beautiful colors. So this one takes a little bit more time. So I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Hopefully you're having a great time. And what you can do is, like I said, you can pause it if you download this page and take your time. There's absolutely no rush. You can just pause it, come back, find your colors, and then hit play again. All right, so you start to see the differences in the colors, right? And it looks really nice when they're side by side. So let's just continue to go around here and color in this piece. So if you happen to, go through one particular part and put it an incorrect color, not exactly the way I have it, that's totally fine. Totally fine, no worries. So this right here is going to be the same color. So you can just go up and down with that till you get to that purple color where we were before. Excellent. And very nice. So now that we have this colored in, let's use the same color in another spot. You see the very bottom of her dress, these beautiful round shapes here. Let's go ahead and use that on one part of it. So this is going to be just for this particular spot. Okay, so follow the bottom part and leave the other part white. We're going to come in with another color in just a little bit, and so just follow along those curved shapes at the very bottom of her dress. So there's a lot of layers, like I said, to this particular coloring page. It's just why it takes a little more time, a little bit more time. But then at the very end, when you're finished, you feel so great because you say to yourself, wow, I used 11 different colors, or maybe 12 or 13, or maybe you used 8. but as long as you have a beautiful page and you're proud of it, that's all that matters. Okay, so we were able to color that in, and let's actually use this color in one more spot right over here, because this is actually the inside of the dress. Before I forget this part, you might have remembered, I almost forgot. So what we can do is now use one of our final colors, lilac here, which is basically a light purple. So if you have a light purple, just grab it, and we're going to use this color on these bottom parts of her dress. So remember, we left these pieces white. Let's go ahead and go in and color that in. Color that in. Just like that. And now it's really starting to look extremely colorful. We have another color that is on the bottom here. And even though it's a light purple, it still brings something to the page. Excellent. So one little spot left. Beautiful. Now you have to go back and do black. So we have one more color on Mirabel's dress, and this is going to be black. So just a plain black color. Let's take this and let's go ahead, and we're going to use it on a few different spots. So we may jump around a little bit, but right here, you see the shape around the top of her dress. This is actually black. So we're going to color these in. We'll start out with this one first, okay? And you can just be a little careful, because again, with the black, it gets a little tricky sometimes. And these lines are a little small. So just take your time. And if you follow the shape, or even move your page around a little bit if you need to, it will come out wonderful. So here you go. Beautiful. So I'm taking my time just to make sure. And once we do this with the black, if you want to, we can add a few very easy butterflies. We can add a few easy butterflies just to make this coloring page feel a little bit more colorful and bright, and give Mirabel some friends on this page. So hang out to the end and we can do that together. So let's see, we have a little bit here left, but you see how even that little bit of black on the edging of that dress really helps and defines the outline of this dress for her. Great work. So you see that? So now what we'll do is use this same black color on the last spot, which is the bottom, very bottom here of her shoes. So let's do that real quick. One, we'll just go this way. Excellent. And these parts of her shoes will get black. Excellent, beautiful. Okay, so now we've colored in Mirabel, but let's add a few butterflies around this picture just to make it that much more colorful. So very easily, what we're going to do is actually, you see these little butterflies that are right around here on her dress? Let's make a few more of those. So we can very easily do that by first drawing a little line like this, drawing another little line like that, very similar. And then we're going to do 3 little wavy lines. You see those 3 little wavy lines? We're going to do that right there. So basically your top one meets at the top and the bottom one meets at the bottom. Same thing on this side. Very nice. And then we're going to just draw some 2 lines on top, 2 squiggly lines. So I'll draw some more here so you can see that a little bit better. So on this side, we're going to do something like this. Very nice. And then 3 curved lines, and then 1, and then 2. Very similar to the ones we see on her dress. Let's do a few more. So we have 1 going like this. Let's just put it on a different angle. Very nice. You could do as many as you'd like, okay? As many as you'd like. Let's do another one here. Beautiful. Yes, so this way, Mirabel is not alone in her picture. So let's do another big one over here. Go this way. And we have 1, 2, 3. And another 1, 2, 3. And then we have 1. And then we have 2. So let's color these in just to make it that much more bright on the page. And what we could do is just go ahead. Let's go and use our pink, similar to what we did with her dress. Okay. And what might be fun in this particular one is we could actually mix up the colors a little bit. So if you want, let's say this particular butterfly's wings here are going to be pink, but then the next one is green on the outside, and then vice versa. We could keep mixing it up. So just have a fun time with it. Even if you want to mix the colors to different ones, the idea is to just make Mirabel's picture much more colorful and interesting. So let's just say you want to make this one here pink again on the outside. You can do that. Just like that. Excellent. Beautiful. I made them nice and big, some of these butterflies, to make it a little easier to color. So, and let's say that this one gets the inside, and then this one gets the outside again. And then next we're going to grab our green. So this pink is the same pink we used on the butterflies on her dress. And we're going to use that same green on her glasses, on these butterflies. Hopefully you like this addition to the coloring page. Sometimes we can also draw on them. We can just get creative on our own, add some background, because before the background was pretty empty. So I just wanted to add a little something with you all. So let's grab our green again. And what we can do is go ahead and color in everything that we see that's left. If you want an even more colorful page, you can color these in many different colors. Or you could just draw many more butterflies. That works too. So look at that. So it's starting to give something else for Mirabel to look at. All right, so we're almost done here on our second to last butterfly. And if there's another Encanto character you want to see on the channel, leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you, and we can make that happen. Okay, so now we are almost finished. So we finished our picture of Mirabel from Encanto, and we also drew a couple of beautiful butterflies around her. I hope you had a great time today, and if you did, be on the lookout for more Sam's Cool Colors episodes in the future. Mirabel and I look forward to seeing you next time.